right, good afternoon. Today's Tuesday. We will be talking about updating the job-specific information from Route Builder. In Route Builder, if you right-click on a job, there's multiple information that can be updated from this particular job. So, if I exit out of here, pull the Route Builder for a given day. If you need to update that data, or if you'd like to go back to the Job Center, simply right-click on the job. There's a Go to Job Center button. There's a Delete Job if you want to delete just this instance. So if you're not going to run that job and you're not going to reschedule it, you can click Delete Job from here. You can click Go to Job Center to view the normal job activity. If you click Go to Job Center, it's going to take you right to that job, take you to the Job Center. And over on the Job Center, this is going to be the last instance that you looked at in the Job Center. So if you're just looking at standards, it's going to take you to standards. If you're just looking at service instructions, it'll take you right to service instructions. Again, in Route Builder, if you want to update the information, this is in 3 parts on here. You can update the billing information, you can update the service information, you can update the route information. Each of these impacts it a little bit differently. So to start, when you're updating the billing information, this is for this instance only. You can see here that there's a job reference field. This job reference field is meant for purchase orders, job numbers, items specific to this instance or this activity, and then you will see this again in the billing section. You will notice the standard information for that job, rate information, unit of measure, service description, and other information associated with it. If it is hourly, there'll be a minimum quantity here. If you want to update all or some of the billing information, you can use the boxes to the right. Once these are updated for this instance only, it will override it for billing purposes and for revenue and analytics purposes. So if this instance, I'm going to change it because this is a special cleanup. I'm going to make the rate, say, an hourly rate, and I'll change it to $125 per hour. I'll make it an hourly unit of measure. I'll give it a minimum quantity of 4 hours, and I'm going to say it is a emergency sweep, and I'm going to put the PO number 1234. Once I save this, it will no longer say $25 per sweep, scheduled sweep. So if I go over to route record for Tuesday, this first job will now have a minimum quantity of 4 hours already in. It'll have the rate, the unit of measure is updated, and the service description has been updated. From here, this purchase order number would then show up in the job reference field. So if we went to the billing side here, I want to pull my randoms, update it for the current. Since I've not saved this record, we will not see that here. But that job reference field, if populated, would have been shown in the job reference field here on the billing side. You can also update it from the billing section, and it will go backwards into Route Builder as well. Now, the one part that it will not is it will not go to the Job Center, because the Job Center is for standard information. information, not for job-specific information. So that is updating of the billing info from Route Builder for the instance. The service info will update it for a particular job. So the service window, let's say that normally we have to be there between 8 and 10 p.m. Let's say we're allowed to be there between 8 and 12. This would be 8 p.m. and since the operators need to know the difference, I'd put that in 8 a.m. to p.m. You could run it however you want. You can add particular notes. Remember that this note section is not as long as service instructions. So your service instructions will be updated down here, not right here. So if you have service instructions, you can update them down there, which we will go look at. So I'll go put in here, test notes. If they had a different address, so on certain items, maybe a construction job, you might be sending them to different addresses. This is where you could update the address. And then down here, if I wanted to put in different instructions, we could add in here, must be general manager for this instance. To flow corners, need to empty additional cans, mark all cans emptied in route notes. So once we click save, this is now going to update this. And if I were to go to view this route here, view the mobile route sheet, this isn't going to look, we have it right here. We can see that our instructions are the updated instructions. We see that the test notes are included right there. So this is updates on, again, for a single instance. Finally, at the bottom, route information. If I want to add route information, we can add the start time. I want you to be there, 9 p.m. I want you to roll the gate by 9:30 p.m. I want you to take Unit 161. Then we click Save. I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to send this out to Jason, and then if I come in here and I view the mobile route sheet, now we've updated, so they know their start time when they need to arrive, they know when they need to roll the gate, they know the operator, they know the unit number, they can see the additional instructions, they can see the test notes here. So all the stuff is in, and those are the updates that have occurred. So by right-clicking, you can go and update multiple pieces of information. This is instance only, so you can update your job. So if I want to go add a job in here, and this is normally a different type of job, so I add this in, I add this to Route 1.
It's because of Doug, because Doug doesn't want to prepay for it.
And then I right-click here. Normally, this is a per-suite price. Again, I can come in here and either change the per-suite price and just say Save. Now I've updated it. Or I can change the unit of measure and then go back to an hourly rate and make a minimum quantity. And then change the service description. Maybe we're just going to make it generic here as opposed to clean up of areas. So again, you can update multiple items, and this is on a per instance basis. Then again, the last thing you want to do, make sure you dispatch it out so that their operator actually gets the updated information that you got for them, so then they can see it. Or if you do the printed route sheets, you can come over and click the printed route sheets and print it out for them as well. That information will then show up for them to be there. So that is what we're covering today. So that is right-clicking on a job, updating the billing information, service information, and route info on a per instance basis, updating the job. So let's say in here, I didn't really mean to put this on. They were going to do it. They called to cancel. Now I just come here and I delete that job. It asks me if I really am sure that I want to delete, and I say okay. Now it's pulling that Stone Code job off the schedule. I need to redispatch it out. Now they've got the updated schedule again. If I want to get rid of it, if I parked it, so if I took this Spartan Foods over here and I parked it, and then we realized that we didn't do that job, I could come in here and delete it off from the park side as well. This usually occurs for people up in the north. If they've got a 7-day-a-week job and it snowed and they couldn't get to it, they may have to delete it off their schedule as opposed to putting it back on. So that is updating from the route builder, updating the billing, updating the service info, updating the route info. Also, we talked about going back to the job center, and we talked about deleting the job for a per instance basis only. Look for this. Look for the recordings to be on our videos on our website. That's up here on the upper right. Click on Frequently Asked Questions videos, and you can find all the videos. Also note that if you click Open Profile and click Open Ticket System, you'll be able to file any tickets associated that you may have that's for issues, and we will cover that at a later time. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact support. Thank you for your time today.